I'll stuck my face in this.
Hey Softies, welcome to Between Us.
This is DSY and Sanu.
So, first of all, Happy New Year to all of you guys. I hope you all are celebrating with your family and friends and enjoying the new year.
For whatever happened in 2025, just leave behind all your regrets. Step into the new year with more positivity, laughter, love, happiness,
Excitement, hope, and everything.
faith. I'll stuck my face in this.
Okay. Now, as usual, before we get into the episode, we are gonna do tongue twisters.
I feel like a nerd with the specs on. Wait. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Bro, I saw that. I didn't give it to you because it's so long.
So what?
No.
I like longer things.
No, give a small one.
Very simple. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream.
Ice cream, you scream, we all scream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream. Ice cream,
I
you
didn't
scream, we all scream.
That's not the whole thing, man. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. You don't know that?
Okay. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Done? Okay.
So
Let's see
who do you think writes tongue twisters? Is it like writers or poets or who? Or just people who have no job?
Okay, your tongue twister is shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
It felt like you were saying to me.
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Sit in the shop.
Shop.
Sit in
Shut-
the shop.
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
In the shop.
I said shop only. Hearing aid. You
Shut
said
up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Shut up the shop. No.
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop. Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Shit in
Shop.
the shop.
Sit in the shop. Shit in the shop. Shut up the shutters and shit.
Sit in the
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Say it fast 3 times.
Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop. Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop. Shut up the shutters and sit in the shop.
Not shit in the shop.
I said shit.
So today's topic.
Okay, we'll do it like this. Cringe, yaar, no?
It's okay, bro. Everyone is great. Today we are going to discuss about teenhood and adulthood. Also, I have a question. Do we actually have a word named teenhood?
We do.
But when I type it in the Word document, it's like that's
It's
just
just underlined,
underlined red mark.
Because the laptop doesn't know what is teenage.
No.
Okay, whatever. I made it up.
I think just people made it up because we have adulthood, so in that way they made it up.
Teenagehood. Teenagehood, you can't, it sounds bad. Teenagehood, what is that? So long. See, I wrote the script in this very pretty book.
Also,
that my very beautiful sister bought for me. I'm so grateful for her. I don't think I
also
give her
you
much
guys,
credit
whoever
about
is
this.
watching, just comment down who is in their teenage and who is in their adulthood.
So, firstly, we are talking about teenhood. Let me just check what I wrote. I think teenage is a phase where you start feeling intensely about everything. Like, every little thing, it feels like a sign or a heartbreak, or someday you're feeling productive, someday you're feeling like a failure. When you're in a teenage, you like on every situation, you're on the extreme ends of it. Like, you're either feeling too high or too low. There's no in between, there's no mid feeling about anything. And when you're feeling this way, when you're feeling too intensely, you go to people for help, and people are like,
I thought you were gonna say you go to therapist.
you can go to therapists, it's fine, it's very normal.
No,
You
I
can
was
go
like,
to
why would
therapist.
she say go to a therapist? Okay, sorry.
How come you thought of 2 lines in one fraction of a second? Okay.
I'm too fast, bro.
Appa, okay. So when you go to people for help, or just for solutions or something, people are like, it's not that deep, or you're just thinking too much or just overthinking. We are overthinking because see, we our emotions are growing faster than our understanding. Our, our feelings, they are not in a place to cope up. Like, we are not in a place to handle all the emotions that we are feeling through. And obviously it's deep in that moment, like when you pass through that phase, you will feel like it's normal only. But when
Just
you're
to add on one point, I also feel that you are living for the first time as well, so
Hmm.
you are gonna overreact. There's nothing wrong in it.
So when you go to people and they say like it's not deep, it's not that big an issue, don't care about those people. It's fine if you're feeling about something like that, and you'll get past that feeling. It's fine, because this is the age where we are trying to figure out everything. We are we like, see, kids are very curious usually, because that's the first time they are knowing about things. And kid, like when you're in childhood, you are knowing about things, and when you're in your teenage, you're figuring out things. When you're in your adulthood, you're handling things. Wow, that's a very good saying, no? So when you're trying to figure out all these things, you get a lot of questions. You don't know whom to ask, you don't know whom to go for an answer. So it's a lot to deal with. It's fine, you'll go past this, you will figure it out in the end, and you'll always find
Just
peace.
yeah.
You'll find peace. So if you're dealing with a lot, if you feel very intense about what you're feeling, it's fine. You'll go past this, okay?
It's just a phase, and
Yeah.
also I feel like it's an
Every
experience and you'll learn from it. There's
Hmm.
nothing wrong in it.
Because initially everything starts to feel like a burden, like you don't know how to handle things, so it starts to feel a little overwhelming. But in the end, you will definitely find a balance. Trust me, I've been there.
For me, I never really felt that transformation into an adult because, see, when I've turned 18, the very next day, my dad started applying for everything like passport, bank account, license, all of it.
I don't have any of it. Stop getting.
So I remember feeling a little excited, thinking that I have a wallet full of cards now, and it won't be empty now because I get other card, PAN card, license.
Aadhaar card, you'll get it in your childhood.
No, but
only.
no, these all get add on into that. No.
Wallet, huh?
Uh,
Yeah, even I don't have a wallet to put my Aadhaar card.
So-
I don't even know where my Aadhaar card is.
so now I'm happy about the fact that my card holder is full of cards. So that
Wait, when you didn't even have cards in the first place, why did you get a card holder?
for Aadhaar card.
For one card, you got a card holder. You could have put it in your pocket.
No.
That's what pockets are for.
For Aadhaar card and also for dad's visiting card, like the business card.
Yeah, even I used to carry
And-
visiting cards. I used to feel very,
And there was
privileged about
another
that.
card, I don't remember which one it is. So, but these
Your,
things-
maybe your ID
Okay,
card.
why are we talking about the wallet? So, yeah, I was little excited for that. But apart from that, I have never really felt the transformation.
Even I
Maybe
did.
maybe because see, all my life I've been alone in hostel and I have suffered alone. So I was this independent girl most of the time. And also
I
that's
agree with
the
that.
other reason would be my dad, he taught me how things worked. He taught me everything, every little work that happens outside the world, and my mom taught me how we have to manage the household in our house. So I can manage everything inside and outside the house. So that way I was independent from the very start. So I didn't feel that transformation after I turned 18. But now after shifting to Hyderabad, I feel a little proud and independent, more independent. Because I think now as I said, I manage the household like cooking, cleaning, and
Taking care of
every
her.
other stuff, taking care of her, and also balancing studies at the side. So college life and all. So I feel a little more independent now, and now I feel like an adult because I take care of the whole
Lot of things.
house. So
Yeah.
it's a huge thing for me. So yeah.
Good job.
Okay, what does teenage mean to you? Like what is teenage?
I think it's a whole it's a phase where like you're all over the place in your teenage. Like your emotions are a mess, your feelings are, it's very confusing, your thought process is very too complicated. It's the phases, because this is where friendship breakups and relationships start on early. Whoever is in a teen relationship, I think they struggle with maturity gaps, I feel like. Because see, when you're in your teenage, and you're trying to be in a relationship, it's like bringing two different puzzle pieces who are not, shaped for each other together. It doesn't make any sense because they won't fit, right? Because, and the difference is not in, their like the difference is not that they don't love each other or they are not right for each other. It's just that there is difference in the way they react to things, like the intensity of their reactions, the depth of their feelings, and like their highs and lows just don't line up. So when you're trying to bring that kind of people together, it's always going to be complicated. And when you're in a teen relationship, if you can't handle those differences, you won't find a balance in the end. You'll obviously end up breaking up.
And I
Have a
think
teen
in
relationship.
teenage, you just go with the flow mostly.
Hmm.
Like
You don't think a lot
think
before doing
about whether it's right or wrong. And also, most of the teenagers,
Wait. I want to add one thing. When I say they don't think, it's like I said before, it's always on the extreme ends. Either they are not thinking, either they are, very reckless, or they are overthinking about it.
no, they feel that whatever they are doing is right. Firstly, they have this attitude of, most people in teenage do a certain type of mistakes because of that, because of this attitude where they think that whatever they know is right.
Because we are confused already. Because, see, before this phase, we were told that we are supposed to depend on somebody else because we are children. That's fine. And when you are turning into an adult, you are supposed to deal things on your own. When teenage happens, we don't know what to do. If you are asking for your help, you seem very weak. If you're not asking for help, you are seem that you have an attitude. What are we supposed to do?
Who said that when you ask for help?
People, not you maybe, but people.
Not saying they do every mistake, they are the wrong people. I'm not saying that, but we do most of the mistakes we do in life are in our teenage. I meant in a way that it's also an experience, it's also a learning, and it's also a phase. But a phase, like according to me, it's a phase where we do most of the mistakes. Like my dad, he told me that when I was in my teenage, he came to me and told me that whatever you do, just tell me once, just ask for my suggestion, because in this age you feel, in a way where you think that whatever you do is right. So don't go with that flow, don't go with that attitude. Just ask once and do it.
He didn't tell me that because he knew I'm a good girl.
Because also I've seen so many of my friends taking bad decisions and doing many mistakes in that phase because of that attitude. Whereas even I did some mistakes, I agree with that. But in some moments, I just check what are my thoughts, you know, what I'm gonna do about it, like, I used to just analyze whatever I'm thinking first and do it. Or else I would ask someone. I think it's important that you do that. Just don't take random decisions, without any help. Just go ask for some suggestions. There's nothing wrong in it.
As a teenager, I think I've heard. I think all of the teenagers. I think you also might have heard this in your age. All the teachers, all the parents, everybody goes to you and says that you will end up taking wrong decisions. Just come to us. See, when you hear that a lot, it creates a sense of you can say ego. I'm not sure about the right word, but you get the sense that they are always saying that I'm wrong, so I'm gonna prove that I will do the right thing. See, when you're in a teenage, you are having identity crisis, you are having emotional crisis, there is crisis about everything. So all you want to do is you want to show people that you are not weak, that you are whatever you're trying to do or whatever your dreams, you want to justify your thoughts. So in that process, you do whatever feels right in that moment. So when people say ki they have a lot of attitude, it's not. It's just not attitude. It's
See,
their way to show
maybe
show for themselves.
maybe adult would, maybe they should say it in a positive way,
Positive way, yeah.
not like
Maybe
this.
it's
But
good
also the reason they say that is because
They've
they
had that
have
experience.
they have went through that phase, they have surpassed that phase, and they know what people generally do in that phase. So also maybe the person who is suggesting you to not do those mistakes, because maybe he or she already did that mistake, and they know that generally people would do those.
I understand, but
That's
what
the
I'm
reason
trying
maybe
to
they
say
say
is
this.
you hear that a lot, it gets toxic in the end. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
trying to say.
the adults, they should say it in a positive
Positive
sense,
way.
not in a negative sense.
I think
Like-
these days, like this coming generation, they are getting a lot more awareness. Like when you were a teenager, that was in 1976, you guys didn't have a lot of awareness, or like it was not easy for you to normalize a lot of things. Like when you talk about teen relationships, it was very like it was a big thing in your age. Now I think it's very common. Like I see some of my classmates parents, they are like, it's normal to have teen relationships. My parents would never do that, but still. And I don't want that also, because I'm not interested in having a teen relationship. So now that we've talked a lot about teenhood, let's see what opinions she has on adulthood.
Adulthood,
The you said no, it sounds very it makes
but it's complicated. Adulthood is
restless.
complicated. So it's more complicated than your
See, life only is complicated. Only if you can do maths problems properly, you can solve it. You can't do maths, that's why you can't solve it.
How is maths related to
I don't
life?
know, I just said it.
Okay. Adulthood for me is all about learning, experimenting, and trying to figure out everything on yourself. It's a phase where you have to focus on your career, your future, and if you have any relationships and that as well. I think in adulthood, you try to hold every emotion within yourself. You don't share it that freely, because see, if we are going through something in adulthood, we cannot go and share it with our parents. Sometimes we don't even have those real friends, true friends with whom we can share. So all we do is we hold it with within ourselves and feel those emotions and suffer them without having anyone beside.
And
And
go to a therapist.
I think it's actually a good idea. There's nothing
The
wrong.
only place you can go is therapist.
There's nothing wrong in going to a therapist. So yeah, adulthood is that. Like this age is more about how are you gonna settle in your life. That's the most important question. This phase is all about that. Let's say you just got done with your graduation. Now you have to focus on your career, because there's this pressure from your family, your peers, and the society. Even though if we want to live a life, even though if we want to explore outside our house, explore what, even though if we want to look what's outside the world, see what's outside the house, we can't do that, because it's this age is meant to be settled.
Settling down, yeah.
So we have to focus.
enough time, yeah, true.
So I think adulthood is all about that pressure from everyone, about settling down and also to get married, to have kids.
So when are you getting married?
Tomorrow. You all are invited.
No,
I think especially for girls, it's hard, because even for boys, but for girls, I think
in
I-
India,
as a-
for girls, it is.
I am a girl, so I know this. For a girl, it's hard because see, a girl always stays in her house most of the time. Maybe now this generation is going out a little
Okay,
bit,
yeah.
but there's this harm outside as well. So a girl wants to explore more. She wants to see what's there outside. So I feel like we just got done with our college. Then our parents, they would make us sit and talk about. First, they'll ask, "What are you gonna do in the future?" If we have nothing like
Planned yet.
huge planned, then they'll be like, "Okay, then get married."
They don't even give you an option to like wait and think about it.
There's this compulsion where girls have to get married after they got graduated.
It's true. It happens a lot in India. I think slowly, eventually, people are not trying to do that. Progressive parents are not doing that, but most
But
of them are not progressive.
I'm not. Don't take it in the wrong way for mentioning class and status. But I think middle class people, they mostly follow this system where
Hmm.
we have to get married after we are done with our graduation.
The thing is, they don't have enough wealth to like take your time and take a gap year to explore your interests. They don't have that much wealth. So whatever you have to suffice in that.
So in all of this, I think we get stuck, and also in this process, we lose so many people. First, we have
lose
this
ourselves
heartbreak.
also.
We have this heartbreak. We lose our relationship with our loved ones, as in our partner. Then we have to focus on our career. While doing that, in this process, we may lose some friends. Even though it isn't our fault, even though it wasn't intentional, we lose some friends, some really good friends in the process.
Maybe
So
distance or something.
yeah, so then when we, I think all of us adults will go through adulthood alone. Like they face this, they experience this phase alone, all by themselves, because most of the time we don't have anyone to share with. So it's complicated that way. But see, I think whatever happens will happen for a reason. We have
We'll
to
figure out
just
what we want to do.
accept that and live in the present. We shouldn't worry about what's gonna happen in the future and just live in the moment. That way we'll have a happy life. We that way we'll have this peace to ourselves.
Like even in the little time you get,
Yeah.
you should make yourself
Also,
happy.
this phase will pass and there's more to life. So we just don't, we shouldn't feel stuck and have that pressure all the time. There are advantages of adulthood as well. Like, we have this freedom and opportunity, and this chance to do whatever you want to. As in, if you want to become a business person, you can do that. You have that opportunity to do.
To become a hustler, you have a
Yeah.
career.
So you can choose your career and you can work for it in this age. Before, in teenage, you cannot do that because you
Also,
don't have that freedom. So now you have that freedom and opportunity to choose what you want for yourself. So take it as an advantage and build a successful career.
Also, this is the place like if you suppose you've taken the wrong degree or something, or not the wrong degree, but in the end you did not end up liking it. You can like take your chances in other side hustles as well. So this is your chance, I guess.
Also, I feel like this generation, it is uh, we have more convenient ways where we can choose our career.
There's a lot of
Also,
awareness.
we are not, most of us are not following a system where we have to settle down by 30 and have kids by 35. No, for at least, like, generally we follow the system, but we are not doing that now. If we want to switch a career at, let's say, at when we are 40, we can do that, and we are normalizing it. So now I don't think many people would have that problem. Just change your mindset and do whatever you need to do to achieve something. And I think at the end of the day, if it's meant to be, you'll definitely achieve it. Just you have to do your part and your hard work, and everything comes down to your feet as it is meant to be. Yeah.
Are we ending it?
And I think teenage and adulthood both are just a part of life. We have to go through it. We have to enjoy it. And
See, we didn't feel childhood was complicated because we were children. We didn't feel that much about it. There was nothing, in those days, like in the phase of your childhood, you don't have a lot to think about things on your own because somebody else is already doing that part for you. You don't have to do anything. You just have to be there. Only your presence matters. Your thoughts, your dreams, nothing matters in childhood.
But in teenage and adulthood, even though you're going through it alone, you get a lot of experience and you will learn so much from this, and you will enjoy it at some point. So just be yourself and enjoy whatever life is giving you. That's what we are gonna.
Maybe we didn't talk about the beautiful parts of teenage and adulthood, but they are very.
As I said in the last, there are advantages of adulthood and teenage as well. Yeah. So I hope you guys like this video, and that's it.
Lots of love.
We are gonna meet you in the next one. Hope you guys like it. Take care, be safe, enjoy every day of your life. Bye, softies.